Chris Paul has turned from heel to hero, man. I don't know what it is. We all know Chris Paul's reputation, one of the greatest point guards of all time. Also, could come off a little annoying to his opponents. His opponents, by and large, are annoyed by him, by and large. But it seems right now during this run and with that injury he had in the first round, Chris Paul's sympathetic figure. Do you think? Do you see it, or am I wilding right now?
Not to his opponents. I would say he holds the same type of reputation with his opponents as he did back then. He's just one of those guys.
I'm thinking about fans though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Chris Paul's just kind of been snake bitten lately with the injuries at untimely, parts of the season and what have you. But Chris Paul's one of those dudes. So with the fans, yes, but he's one of those guys that will always be.
What's it like playing against him? What's it like guarding Chris Paul, bro?
I didn't draw that assignment that much. So I can't speak to guarding him, but I can speak to a player like him, right? Not every player comes across like this. There are players in the NBA that you play and they're great players, but you have no problem playing against them. You don't. It's not a pain in the ass. Like, they're just really good. It's not, a physical battle. It's not a FU of sorts. It's just whatever, man. We go out there, you play, you're brilliant.
It's like Tim Duncan. Good job.
Yeah, it's whatever, man.
Good job, Raja. Yeah.
He's the type of dude that you hate playing against. You'd rather have him on your team. Like, you don't want to pluck and play against it, man. Like, with Chris Paul's search dribbling, I don't know if you saw a play today. Like, he came up the right side of the court, right? Mm-hmm. He got by his man, so he was search dribbling into the paint. And a big came over to kind of cut him off. So Chris Paul went into a spin move, but the spin move was just so he could hip check the big. Like, it was just to give the big a hip check. There was never going to be a point where he shot that layup. He just spun into the big so he could get a quick hip check on him and wound up search dribbling out the other side and then kicking it out, and they finished, they wound up getting a bucket out of it. But he's that type of dude. He's just going to take a shot.
Is it because, does he do it? I'm always fascinated by this because I see it, I see it on television. I see it in person. Is he annoying because he's so fucking savvy and smart with his shit? Is that why? Because everything, it seems like with Chris Paul, there's a purpose. Whether he's like fucking with your shoelaces, whether he's hip checking you, whether he's trying to draw a foul, everything has a purpose to it. Is that why he can be annoying when you're defending him or when you're even playing against him in general?
It's part of the reason. The first reason is because he's so fucking good. I mean, he really does just dissect what you're trying to do defensively to him. Like, there are a few names you could throw in the mix of all-time greats, guys that just know what's happening, before it's happening, and they've got the answer for it, on deck, right? So that's the first part of it. But the second part of it, he's a willing participant in the shits. Like, he wants to be in the shits. His game is played in the shits. Like, he's got a brilliant mind about it, and he's super skilled and gifted, but he would get in the gutter with you given the opportunity to do that, right? And so it becomes like super frustrating because
what do you mean get in the gutter with him.
What
do you mean what does that mean?
Well, I mean, like, we're going to get to throwing these bows. We're going to get to taking a couple cheap shots. Like, I'm going to grab that jersey. You come across the screen. I'm going to maybe stick that leg out and try to knee you in the thigh. Like, just, the stuff that old school.
Are you
NBA
like sore
vets,
when you, is he one of those guys where, cause he fucks with you so much that you're probably sore the next day? Is he one of those guys or are you just annoying in that way when he's like elbowing you and stuff?
He's not big. So you're not going to be, look, the guys that you were sore after you played, those were Brian Grants. Those were Kurt Thomases. Those were the Davis brothers. Those guys would like Shaq Oak, even Ty Hill, like big 6'9", big elbows, big bodies. That's going to take its toll on you. I wouldn't say Chris Paul necessarily have you sore, but he'd have you super frustrated because here's the deal, Logan. Most guys, that are as good as they are, they don't want to get down. They don't really want to crawl into the gutter with you with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, so if you were to get them to crawl in, you referenced the clip of me and Kobe, right? Pre-show, of a moment in Utah where it was
where you clearly fouled Kobe, where you clearly fouled him. Let me just paint the picture because they're not going to see the video. You clearly fouled Kobe, and
in the open
you tried
court?
to talk shit in the open court, and you got called for a foul that looked like a foul.
It was a foul.
You know, I might be biased, but then you started talking shit, and he walked right past your ass.
That was a foul. But yeah, Kobe didn't want to get in the gutter with me, right? Like he wasn't.
But he
trying
would
to be there.
occasionally get in the gutter, though. He would occasionally get in there with you.
Yeah,
right?
but if he got in the gutter with me, I won. So like more often than not, he wasn't trying to get in the gutter with me, right? Like he was just going to keep doing what he did. And most of those guys, they're above that. You know, like I'm in the gutter. They don't need to be in the gutter. So, but Chris has no problem getting in the gutter with you.